Hey, welcome. Hey,
Hey,
everybody. Hey,
everybody.
Tanari, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey,
Hey, so
Tanari.
grateful and thankful. Patty Duke, Rico Reports, how you doing? Welcome. And welcome
Welcome,
to another
everybody.
episode of Politics and Wellness. I am your host, or one of your hosts, of course, Captivating Christian, and
Your co-host, Mr. Credential.
all right, so what's going on? Hopefully everybody's doing good, feeling good. Um, Last week sometime I ran a poll asking about call-ins on the chat and then also on my community wall, and astounding 80 something percent of you guys said that you would like to do a call-in, so we're going to try it today. Hopefully everything goes well, fingers crossed and all that good stuff. But anyway, first let's get down to business. Of course, politics first. The debate is happening right now, so know that all of my political love is with you guys right now, because I would have my face stuck in the TV right now. So I'm gonna have to do recap and catch up later. But it's all good. Anything for you guys. So that's what's going on right now. Other than that, I had a few things I wanted to touch base on. They're coming for you. I told you the peoples are coming for you directly. Um, Louisiana judge that tweeted something racist to her boyfriend, the DC sniper assistant, I guess you would call him, and Matt Gaetz, to name a few. So, any topics that you want to discuss?
There are going to be quite a few, but I'm going to bring them along because they're kind of scattered. So I don't want to preview them, I guess. So I'll just
Okay.
present them as they come.
Okay. Well, only reason why I guess I presented mine is because I did it earlier today. So if you caught my news thing, so basically we're just gonna go a little more in detail with that. So let's first start off with the Louisiana Circuit Court judge. It's getting to be a bit crazy. Everybody's feeling their Trump juice. Their inner bigot is definitely coming out. Long story short, the circuit court judge she denied it the whole time that there was a message that she had sent to her boyfriend at the time, but they were both married, so I guess it was a little boy toy on the side.
Right.
He was a police officer. They were texting back and forth to each other like, oh, I would never cheat on you like those niggers would, or like a nigger would. And another text was like, oh, you must be with your nigger friend Mark. He's a nice guy. She denied it. Sunday she came out on a show on the network, television, I guess, news network of Louisiana, and said that she said it, and it was in poor taste. She didn't mean to. She was angry. She was upset, and these were actually comments made about two of her Black employees in the courtroom. Sheriff, a deputy sheriff, actually, and a law clerk, a Black law clerk. So yeah, it's really
Wow.
it's really crazy. So yeah, any thoughts, anybody?
This is why I am big on not giving anyone a pass on using the word. Not your friends because you've known them for years and
Right.
they have a different race. No one should use it at all. But specifically, it should not be oh, my friend of this race can now say it because we're cool. No, because
Mm,
then once you give them that pass around you, you go and give them that pass and take it to other people that
right,
they frolic with.
right.
And that's unacceptable. So it's like perpetuating the cycle. If you stop using it, we stop using it, they'll stop using it. And the point of reference will no longer be knowledgeable because it's like, who are you talking to?
Right,
I don't know who they are, what that is.
right,
So
right.
I believe that that is something that we need to start doing.
Holding ourselves accountable a little bit, at least for the
Yes,
part.
yes. And it's not always about the history. It's just if you know it's a derogatory term, why continue to utilize it in such a way that other people can then use it against you? It's like kind of like having a weapon against yourself and you shoot yourself with it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, for me, of course, it's about the history because of I've kind of engulfed myself with it throughout
Right.
my educational career. But yeah, I think it's important. I think we do need to hold ourselves accountable for using it, even in rap lyrics and all those kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, it kind of gives them, well, they use it, kind of,
Hmm.
and I'm not saying that it's right, but that's their argument, and you
Right.
cannot necessarily fight their argument because it's all over the radio and
Hmm.
it's cut on. It's like, then it's like, what? Okay, so to the point where their kids are saying it.
Right.
But like I told somebody today in one of my comments who left a very interesting comment, that it starts from the top. I mean, when you have the highest office in the land basically pretty much saying it, uh, everybody beneath him is going to say it because they
Right.
feel like it's acceptable. They can say it. If
Right.
he can, do it, so can I, kind of thing.
Right. LJ here, we're talking about the N word actually.
Yeah, it's the M word.
Welcome everyone who just came in. I know I missed a few people, so thanks for coming through. I see you specifically right now, Munch Bar, so I'll shout you out. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, how you doing, LJ? Golden Goods, welcome. Coco, welcome. Lynn T, how you doing? Internet, hello. Brother Nate, what's going on? I think that's everybody that I seen just come in. But again, if you just coming in, please, please, please hit that like button. It would be very great for you to do so, and I thank you. So basically, what I was just talking about for those of you who just popped in, a circuit court judge said the N word. She denied it, and come to find out there was a whole slew of text messages between her and her boyfriend where she was using the derogatory term, and it
Mhm.
was just a debate whether um, we have to take accountability somewhat of the progression of this word. Like people were lynched for this word. People was not allowed to sit at lunch counters and eat as patrons for this word. And I get it. A lot of people say we have turned it into a word of endearment or empowerment
Mhm.
and reversed
Mhm.
it. But I mean, if that's because we removed ourselves from the people who suffered from it. But
Yes.
if we take the time to think about the people who suffered from it and lost their life from it,
Yes.
just like this anti-lynching law that they're just now coming out with, that's coming out on the floor, I believe tomorrow it'll be on the Congress floor.
Right. The
The
Emmett
Emmett
Till.
Till, right? The Emmett
Mhm.
Till Anti-Lynching Act. Um, it's been 120 years, get that, 120 years since the first bit of legislation to make lynching a hate crime. Here we are in 2020, and we just now talking about, we're still, not even just now, we're still talking about lynching being a hate crime. The fact that people are getting lynched even still is ridiculous. But,
Yes.
so
Yes.
anyway, I've spoken enough. I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Credentialed.
Woo, that kind of just blew my mind, and it actually, interestingly enough, ties into my very first topic that I want to discuss. And my question that I want to propose to everyone is: do you know who you are? Not what you project yourself to be, not who people have told you who you are, but actually who you are at your core. And do you know how people perceive you? But let's go back to the first one. So if you had to write a sonnet or a short poem about yourself, what would be in that? What would be some of the core things that would represent you as a person? And the reason why are you laughing?
Because I had a thought that popped in my head.
What's well, if it fits, then go ahead.
No, it's not offensive. It was funny. It was like, I am like a succubus. No, but I'm not.
No, you're far from it. Far from it.
I
But
know
see,
that. I know that.
that is the thing, though. Sometimes we often project our opinion on people, and people are not secure enough. They don't know how to reject that back to you, but they take it and reflect it, and they take what you say about them as their own. Some people actually sit in a dark room and worry about the things that people say about them. So not everybody is strong. So keep that in mind when you're talking about people and when you're dealing with people and addressing people, because not everybody is as strong as they portray themselves to be. Some people may actually cry after they look so big and bad and bold.
No, the question is, well, I'm sorry to cut you off. The
Mhm.
question, LJ, is for anybody in the chat. You can answer it. We will get, once we see your answer, we will highlight it, or your question, we will highlight it. So, just a moment. And we like to go back and run through the chat and answer any questions. And we're also doing a call in. So,
Right.
no worries.
And we
Um,
can go back over some of the things we discussed if you need a refresher when you do call in. But yeah, so the reason why I was asked if people knew who they were is because it's important to really just sometimes take time and reflect on who
mhm,
you are and who you
right.
desire to be. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's
Mhm,
something time to do something different.
right.
And doing something different in time for a change does not mean there's something wrong with you. It's
Right.
just sometimes it's time to evolve into a different person.
Right.
If we stay the same as we were when we were 20, when we're 40, what are we
Something.
doing? Yeah,
Your
something's
bug
up.
ain't on. Your bug, you need to go get it checked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that is important.
that I just want, to thought provoking. If you don't know who you are, it's okay. Spend the time to try to figure it out, redefine yourself. And maybe sometimes you might need to hear someone else tell you who they think you are that's close to you so
Oh,
that you can get someone who's close and you
yeah,
utilize terms of endearment with that are
yeah,
appropriate because
yeah.
that term is, but anyway.
Right.
um and really sometimes the people who are closest to us see something in us that we don't see, and then we
Right.
learn to adapt to what they see us as, because what we're doing is projecting, well, what they're getting is what we project. We just don't know that we're actually giving it.
Hmm.
So it's important to be in touch with yourself and who you are, and so people can really get the real true gist of what we do and what we are about, not just for show, you
Yeah.
know.
No, definitely. I mean, um, like Brother Nate just said, we're always evolving, and I think as creatures, if you take the kind of analogy of the butterfly, how it starts as the
Hmm.
caterpillar and evolves into this butterfly after a period of being a cocoon. So I think that as humans, we do that. We go through certain situations, certain isolated situations
Right.
that blossom into certain things that we become. It makes us stronger. It makes us wiser. It makes us more aware. Um, and I think that's always important, that we're always checking with ourselves and trying to be our best self, and
Right.
not just trying to be, but make sure you are the best you could be. It's
Exactly.
always, um, it's not always important to answer people and things. Um, but you can take that time to reflect in yourself and say, hey, what am I doing or what am I projecting, to make sure that what you're doing or what you're projecting is exactly what you want
Exactly.
to see. I mean,
Exactly.
not even to get all into it, but it says, let your light so shine before men. So, you just make sure that you're bringing forth your best light. So,
Right. Yep. Just remember, every second that you live and every minute that you live, so what you're doing right now, is it preparing you for something? Are you happy? Are you comfortable? Is there anything that's in question? If it is, figure it out. Find out the
Mhm.
answer. Work with yourself, work with others to find out the answers because you deserve to feel grounded every day of your life.
I'll go to this one, and then I'll get
Oh
LJ
wow. Yeah,
next.
I understand that, Len. I definitely get that. Sometimes we have a built-in self-confidence that we're born with, and some of us need to figure it out, but some of us just
Some of
actually
us already knew.
already knew.
Everybody had to catch up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
everybody had to catch up to kind of be comfortable. Like, okay, this is just how this kid is. Because
Right, right. And there's no level of confidence that's the wrong one. It just has to be based on the right things.
right,
Shouldn't be superficial. It should be actual facts that you can write down like, hey, this is why I'm confident. I'm confident because I'm this, I'm that. I've accomplished this. I've been through that.
right,
Not because someone told you you were cute today.
right, right,
That's not confidence.
right.
That's just blasphemy.
Yeah, really.
It fades away quickly. Hmm. You know, when you're trying to evolve yourself, I think that it has to start with you. It's not that it will be easier to do in a network because sometimes that may be blocking you from finding out who you are personally. I think that finding out who you are takes a lot of research within yourself, searching
Mhm.
your own heart, your own mind, your own spirit. Maybe you need to go back and revisit some things that you've been through and find out how did you make it to be who you are? Because maybe you didn't understand because sometimes we block things out. So I think that it should start with you. I think it's easier done unless you're suffering from like maybe alcoholism or drugs. So then the support groups like that will probably make it easier for you because you can all lean on each other and bounce off of what each other have been through. But when it just comes to things outside of addiction, I think that it's far easier to do it on your own to start because sometimes other people's things may trigger you while you're trying to find peace.
Right.
So that's just my personal thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree. I will also add though too that if you're not if you're in a group or a support group or networking and you're not grounded in who you are, the people that are doing greater than you in that group, you will always be trying to match them,
That's
and
true.
you will never find your true passion, what you're interested in, because you feel like you don't fit in. So you will
That's true.
always be doing things to make sure you fit. Um,
That's
so definitely make sure that you know yourself first. You know what you want. You know what you don't want, and you're looking to enhance yourself with this networking group, this network of group or support system, and not just you know get there.
yeah.
Um,
Because you can get there and hide behind and look as if you're
yeah,
progressing
right.
and really not be doing
Right.
anything
You
but
just be
following the group.
right. You just be chasing the group. Right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you know where groups lead you. So let's move on to the next. What do you have next thing on politics?
Mm-mm-mm. All right. Let's talk about before I get to the DC sniper person. The anybody from Miami in the house or in the bushes? Matt Gates, the Republican representative from Florida, is being investigated and may lose his license to practice law because of the little stunt that the Republicans pulled earlier this uh, last year, sometime in October, when the impeachment hearing was going on, and
Mm,
they were Congress was in the what's called the SIF. It's a highly secured room where they hear all of the top secret stuff that you can't bring your cell phones. It's really top secret.
mhm.
But so they could not have the hearing with the people that was supposed to be there to testify. Republicans bombarded the room with their cell phones, which is totally illegal. So how they got away with it, I do not know. But however, the Miami-Dade County Democratic Party filed an grievance with the Bar Association that Matt Gaetz violated his rights as a lawyer, because the impeachment process is a real thing. It's still a crime.
Right.
And by law, there are certain statutes that you have to follow. So he violated Florida statute of criminal law. So they are having him investigated.
Wow.
So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully something gets done. If anything, still get sanctioned. So don't know. Kind of holding to see what will happen. I mean, you do know that the governor is a Republican. He's the Trump lackey. So we'll see. We'll see.
That's wild.
But the fact that people are holding people accountable, at least starting to, is a good thing.
Right.
And granted, even with the impeachment trial, it's not that we knew, because I mean, if you did know, you kind of had the idea they were not going to impeach Trump and kick him out of office unless they really had something where it was like, okay, we cannot do this. However, the issue is that you know exactly what he's did and what he's doing, because as of right now, these Russians are trying to get him to win. So much so that the intelligence department has said, hey, they are doing it right now. He's like, oh, hogwash, they're not doing nothing. Believe it if you want to. There's a whole nother 2016 about to happen, and it's about to get worse. Because he's not just a candidate now, he's the president. So he can hide a lot of information if he gets the right people in there, which he's trying to do. Make all these people who's never been in charge of anything in NSA, FBI, nothing like that, to cover up his secrets or his dirty business and doings. Yeah, it's real serious. So if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I really hope that everyone is. I don't know how many people actually watching the live right now, but I just want to make sure that everyone heard what was just stated, because it's going to be important to remember that and hear the replay in your head over and over again until November, so that when you go to the poll, this stuff is still fresh in your mind.
Yeah, and they are all temporary, but they're all temporary. If you notice, they only start running when they start leaving, when they notice, okay, it's about to go down. I need a lawyer. I'm about to get subpoenaed. Excuse me, because for them, they don't have the presidency to hide behind. So if they go to court, as you see Roger Stone, all these other people, when they go to court, they have to deal with the consequences. Like, yeah, he may pardon them later and all that good stuff. But for the moment, they got to go through it.
Right.
He doesn't have to. Being in charge of the Justice Department as the president, you don't have to.
Yeah. Through. Hey, YB. Someone else came through. I'm sorry if I missed you. Oh, Destiny Rain. Hello, welcome everyone. If I missed anyone else, I do apologize. But welcome to Politics and Wellness.
Hey, welcome to the chat, everybody. Pardon the ignorance, but what exactly are they doing right now, though? Oh, as far as the Russians, they're just interfering with the election. Now they're trying to basically say that they're helping Bernie Sanders along with Donald Trump to create the confusion that they are helping everybody who's running and not just helping Donald Trump. So if you fall in those lines and you are that type of, whatever someone says, you run with it. It's just to muddy the waters. That's all.
Right.
It's just to muddy the waters. And the fact that we have so much information at our fingertips and we don't utilize it is the sad part. Because it's like that man can say something and it be a blatant lie and nobody really fact checks him. And if the pundits do fact check him, they fact check him one time and then that's it. So if you don't watch it, you don't know.
Right.
And a lot of people don't watch it. They watch Fox News. They watch, anything that revolves around him. So, we have to keep ourselves informed to make sure that when we go to the voting polls, that we make the best and informed decision for us. And if in fact it is tampered with, because of, I say it all the time, the governor of Georgia, he tampered with his election being the Secretary of State. He
Mm.
purged 500,000, excuse me, votes from the rolls. That's 500,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, just a couple. He only won by a couple hundred votes. So realize that 500,000 votes that he purged, he would have lost, and he knows it.
Yep.
He knew it.
Yep.
So they will do anything they can to change this, by thoroughly checking IDs, and something's out of place, maybe a spelling or your maiden name, you didn't change it to your married name. Anything, they're trying anything they can to deny
Yep.
you your right to vote on that day. So
Yep.
don't take it lightly that, this is just, no. Trust and believe. They are going for it.
Yes. And I, for one, am proud to say that I went to vote.org the other day just to check my registration to make sure that it was still
Cool.
valid and that it was not purged. So I encourage everyone to do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. If you are a registered voter, go to vote.org, check and make sure that you are registered. If you're not, please go. I
Yeah.
implore you to go. You can find out what is your registration date, that you can register, or your deadline to register before the actual election.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
there's two sort of registrations. There's one that you can register now to actually vote in the primary, and then if you wait past them, which I don't recommend you do, of course not. But for some reason, like something dramatic happened in your life, there's a time that you can register for the actual general election. But please make sure you vote. It is important, not only for, again, your top your officials, but your local government as well. It's just as vital. Your governors, your mayors, your city council, they're even more vital, I would say, than your actually top government, because whatever comes from the top trickles down to your local, and your
Yes.
locals are the ones that dish it out to you or keep it to themselves.
Yes.
So, hey,
Yes. This is a challenge.
so
Everyone in the sound of my voice and everyone who watches this on the replay and however you get to see this, the challenge is this November. Everyone, if you're not on your own channel, your own platform, get on someone's platform and just show that you have the voter, the little sticker they give you once you vote. Everyone just go live or do whatever you want to do and say, I voted. Show it because
yeah,
it'll encourage people if they didn't do it this year, do the next go, whatever's happening. Because you have elections outside of the what is
presidential.
the general election,
Yeah,
right?
the
Right.
presidential.
So those are the things you want to do. So I encourage everyone once you go and vote this November, I challenge you to use your platform to let the world know that you did it. Whether that's in your live that week or that day or however you do it, I challenge everyone to do that and make that go viral. Make that like it's a beef.
Yeah, make that go viral instead
Yeah,
of somebody's fighting.
yeah,
Or something
please.
crazy. And I will say this too: if you don't have a driver's license, get an ID. Um, please. It's what, $30 in some places.
Right.
Get an ID. That's the least you can do to be able and be eligible to vote. Please go do that. I know some people feel like if they don't have a driver's license, what they need an ID for, but you do need an ID. And this
Yeah.
day and age, you need an ID for you wind up getting deported somewhere that you didn't come from.
Yes. Seriously.
Because they're changing your license. If you ain't got that paper, and if you haven't gotten that paper in the mail yet, let me be more correct. If you hadn't got that paper in the mail yet, where they're doing these actual different license, where they're putting all your information in, like
Yeah.
your license did not have your social security number and all that
Yeah.
extra stuff.
Yeah.
It was on like two different systems. Now they are combining everything, and so when which that police officer, whatever, pulls up your information, they're gonna pull up everything.
Yes. Yes. And since we're educating, let's be specific though. The actual practice or whatever you want to call it is called the Real ID Act. And you go to
I couldn't think of the name.
the Department of Motor Vehicles or the whatever it's called, DMV or NBA, some places, you can go to their website and put in your driver's license or your ID number, and that will show you if you still have done need to do it, I'm sorry, or if you've already done it. But you definitely want to make sure you have that, because you will not even be able to go into the airport without the real ID. So yes, it's a waste of money, but you don't want to have anyone be able to take anything from you that you had to already fight to get. So just avoid the drama, and please go ahead and submit the paperwork to get that stuff done.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Don't be like me. And they gave me the ID early because I was like, "Oh, this is new. It's different." But they didn't put the information that they were supposed to put in.
Right.
So for 2 months, they were sending me messages and calling me, and I'm like, "Ma'am, I have it."
Mm.
No, you don't. I do. I can send you a picture of it right now. But you still have to come in because we don't have the information. Not my problem.
They made it your problem though.
Right. That's fine. They had to send me something. I wasn't gonna go walking down there like, no, not my problem. So they
Right.
sent me an appointment letter to come in, and I came in, and it was 2 seconds. And she said, "Oh, yeah, you already had it, but we had to put your information in. Well, why didn't you do it then?" But whatever.
Exactly. You know it.
You know.
Okay. So I want to go over something. One more thing. I have a few things, but one more thing specifically is that I want to point out is that mental health may not be fun for some. Mental health may not be interesting for some, but mental health is necessary for all. And specifically the
Oh, I can't hear you.
sorry
Please.
guys, some
Um,
kind of way I got my mic muted. But mental health isn't always serious, you know. It's always serious in the perspective that you need to take it, but you can have fun and
mm,
enjoy things that involve mental health.
right.
Mental health is I'm don't feel like going to work today, I'm calling out, and you go to the mall. That's a mental health day. You decided to take a day because life got too heavy for you and you needed a break from your everyday routine, hustle and bustle.
Mm,
So that is still a mental health day.
hmm.
So those kind of things is what you can do to make mental health fun. You know, I haven't bought something in a while. I haven't had this in a while. I haven't made cooked this in a while. You
Right.
know, it doesn't have to be a drag. You know, we can sit and we can have fun with things that are evolving around mental health and you won't even realize it.
Mm,
You know, it's only about your perspective. So I know that mental health seems to be a serious topic, and it is because it's important, but it's not a drag. We
right.
can make this lighthearted when it's necessary.
Right.
So I just
Very
wanted to put that out there.
That's true. True, true, true. Definitely like taking walks and, other type of things. Don't necessarily, again, have to be anything where in which it's real intense,
Right.
but riding your bike or taking a walk, something that's different out of your normal.
Right.
Even sometimes what I used to do and what I still do, just drive around, just get in the car and just drive. Uh,
Yes. Yes. I do it all the
play,
time.
play your music and
Yep.
go. Um,
Yep. Or another thing you can do even better, which makes me excited, is adopt an animal. There's so many animals out here. If you have space in your life and in your heart and your home for an animal, adopt
mhm,
one.
right.
Adopt one. That can really change your mental health and really give you something therapeutic and someone to come home to welcome you home that you will probably get on your nerves a little bit, but you
Yeah.
don't have to do too much for it for the most part.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Oh, why be the kid suggested comedy shows? Yeah, comedy shows are good too. I like a good
They
one.
are. They
There.
are.
Um,
Laughing and boost endorphins.
yeah,
So yeah, it's
it's definitely
real
I think
good medicine.
good for the soul. So
Definitely.
yeah. All right.
All right.
So did you have anything else? Oh, I want just to talk about the DC sniper real quick.
Sure,
I'll
sure.
spend 2 minutes on this because it's I mean, okay, so the DC sniper, the younger kid who was with him, who's with the actual sniper, um, he put in an appeal to the Supreme Court for his verdict because he was sentenced to a couple life sentences.
Okay.
He has rescinded it since the state of Virginia, where he was found guilty and prosecuted, has now changed their law that allows anyone who was an adolescent when they committed a crime to be eligible for parole if they've been in jail for more than 20 years.
Hmm.
So now he wants to go. He rescinded his appeal to the Supreme Court to now apply for the new Virginia law, which allows him to be up for parole. He was 17 when he committed the crime. He is a lot older now. I think
Mhm.
he's like in his 30s or something. Um, so he is trying to look to see if he can actually get released. Why be the kid? I know you spoke and said he should get released. And then my question to you was, okay, there's a lot of adolescents who have done stuff when they were younger and had now have are in jail for years and years of sentencing. Will this mean that everybody would get released, or will there be some sort of kind of limitation or criteria where in which a person will be released? So and once one state starts doing it, other states look into it and they may
Right.
revamp the program and actually do it. So it's just something to I mean, it's a good thing um, that you have that, because there are a lot of people who committed foolish crimes as teenagers,
Right.
have, you know changed their life or turned over a new leaf, and now things may be different. So you don't want to hold people um, you don't want to hold people all the time to their past, because their future could be greater. So you do want to kind of pay attention and be willing to show people
Yeah.
a second chance.
I took a deep breath because uh, you have to take that with a grain of salt because
Yeah, you do.
sometimes sometimes the people bring that past into the future and they do not do what they need to do.
Yeah,
And
but definitely by case basis, though.
yeah, but it's hard to tell what they're going to do in different cases though.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's so tough though.
Yeah,
It's so
and that
tough.
was so grateful. That was my point. I say, he took the lives of so many, and even at 17 years old, he knew what he was doing was in fact wrong.
Right.
So how do you weigh that? I don't know. That's just my
That is a controversial subject that I'm not scared to touch, but it's never going to come to a end because it's always going to be a counter argument for every counter argument.
that is true.
So yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to drop that one right there.
I mean, fine, you're fine. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody into the room.
Welcome everybody.
Please make sure you hit that like button on your way in,
The
please. Thank you, thank you. All right. So I guess we've come to this different part of the show,
yeah.
where in which, just give me a second, trying to set a few things up in in the background, moving in the background. Um but uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So while he is doing that,
That.
I will ask everyone a question. And it's something I just want you to think about. And you can email me your answer if you so choose. That would be great because it will give me a lot of feedback on some things that I'm thinking about working on. So the question is, what does mental health mean to you? What does mental health mean to you? Is it important? Is it not so important? Are you not sure? And if whatever you so if you want to put that into the chat while we wait to transition, if you want to email that to me, I can't type in right now, but my email is MrCredentialed at gmail.com. There's no period after Mr. and my credentialed. So if you could do either one of those things, that will be great. Because I really I'm brainstorming on something that I want to start with the answers that I'll receive from that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is out there. So if you feel the need to call in with questions, comments, encouraging concerns,
Yes.
anything like that, you can. If you don't have no questions or no call-ins, that's fine. We'll just do it another time. But it's definitely I don't know how loud that was because it sounded loud in my ear.
It's kind of loud.
Oh, okay. It's definitely helpful. And if we can help in any way, um, answer some questions via
Yeah.
this way, that'll be good too. So
Yes.
we'll have that open for a while and go over some questions that we may have missed in the chat.
Okay.
Uh, your question that you was asking, what does mental health mean?
Yes, I see a few answers. I see YB said it's a everyday work in progress. Hold on, I got away from it. Yes, especially with the world we're living in. Yes, indeed,
Okay.
definitely. Patty Duke said, and I actually wrote that down. She said it means peace of mind. Yes, yes, peace of mind and knowing who you are and where you stand. Very, very important. So grateful and thankful. Very important. Very, very important because you have to know how to function clearly so that you know how to, let's see, how to, you have to know how to function every day so that you can function. Even though that sounds weird, but it makes sense. I had to make sure, like, that sounds crazy. But yeah, you have to function every day so that you know how to function. And because every day is going to bring you something different. Yeah, Lynn T, I understand what you mean. I know a few people that used to take care of a lot of other people and didn't look out for themselves much. And it's no good if you can't be good to yourself as good to you as you are to other people. So yeah, maybe it's Reed says, protect your peace to me. Yes, yes. But
Yeah,
some people have to know how to get there though.
I'm trying to make sure I highlight the people's their comments. Won't stay, but okay, I'll just leave the number up so that way it's up.
Okay.
So you just have to read their comments off the thing.
Yeah, it's all good.
It is important to me to use and take care of everyone else but me. No more though. Yeah, that's important. That is definitely step one because you actually you burn yourself out. You definitely burn yourself out, and you don't. There's nothing left for yourself, you know. And I'm a prime example of that. I am a giver, so I will drop everything that I'm doing and do without hesitation. And then sometimes I sit back and go, "Oh, dag, I should have." Especially when I know I don't quite receive the same, I
Yeah,
should have held back. I should have not done that. But
yeah,
a part of me that is always like, oh, well, that one time if you don't do it, that person may really need it, and you're not gonna. That's always a
yeah.
daily battle with myself.
Right.
uh, said mental health is important. It's very important, especially for us people of color. We are constantly bombarded with the negative propagandas from our government. Yeah, that is true. That
That
is
is true. That is true.
not even from our government, from our own people. That's the
Yeah, yeah. And that's again, that's why I asked the question about knowing who you are. Because if, yeah, somebody can say it and they can put it out there for you, but you don't have to adapt to it.
yes, Lenti, I am a cancer all day. Actually, first day, actually, to be honest. Yeah. So there's a sprinkle of Gemini in there because I'm in the 22nd. But
how do you deal with people who try to take advantage of you being a giver?
for me, and I know I'm gonna get laughter from the other side, but for me, I don't even look at it like that. Like I know people have done it, but that's not my purpose. Like if I have it to give, or you asking me and I have it, I'll give it. Now, what comes after that, if you don't kind of handle it correctly or treat me well in doing so, hey, that's not for me. I just won't deal with you in that regard. So if you ask me for something the next time, you will get a no, or I'll just
Yeah,
I didn't hear you, like doop 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 doop. Sucks to be you, you know.
yeah, yeah. You
But
know,
yeah,
it's important to have balance, and when it comes to that, I'm in between. I'm on the cusp of a giver, but I'm not so much of a giver where I'm so concerned with your need. Like if I'm going to give it, it's because I can do it and it's your need as well. But like if you need it and it's just so happen to be a time where it's like, oh, I don't do it, I'm not really like Cap, I'm not really worried about, oh, what if it's that one time and you need it. I just feel like money and favors and friendships and in family brings a lot of bad energy because you either feel like you're giving too much or not getting enough back. So for me, I feel like when you hand out too much, you don't have anything for yourself. So sometimes you need to rub your back like you rub theirs, and if it's not being reciprocated, and it's not tit for tat, but
yeah.
you know,
You
I'm
just gotta step back. Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta step back.
yeah, I'm watchful of that. So I'm just like on the cusp of being a giver. I can give you my last dime, but if I'm giving it to you, it's because you've already proven that you're good
Mhm.
for it. I'm
Right,
not gonna let
exactly.
you disprove yourself by me giving you my last dime. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
my style.
exactly. I've learned to like tap on the giving a little bit, just like doop, and just to see, like to put it out there, almost like bait, to see how you act towards it, and then it's like, okay, cool. If I get it right back, or if oh, I'll give it back to you so and so day, and it's like, it may be the day after, but you still get the fact that you gave it back. Cool, I'm good with you on that. But if
Right,
I gotta chase you down, because I'm not gonna chase you down. I'm not gonna ask you. I'm just not. I
right.
don't even care if I need it because then I feel like I'm begging for something back that you owe me.
Oh, see, if I need it and you have it, or you should have it, oh, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna ask because I'm not gonna beg. I'm gonna feel good and justified with asking for my stuff back, my money. Yeah, I am. I am. So it won't be a bother for me
Oh,
because I need it.
we
Um,
have a caller. We have a caller.
oh, okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Wait with me here. What? Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. Hello, caller. How you doing? Welcome to Politicals and Wellness. This is Captivating Christian.
Hey, Cap.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Cap. Hey, MrCredentialed. I know I said I was seeing in chat, but it's me, Tanari.
Hey,
Hey,
Tamara.
Nari.
What's going on?
How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
We're good. We're good. Thank you for stopping in and giving us
Yeah.
a ring.
Yes.
No problem. Great conversation tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate the love
Thank
and the
you
support.
so much for, modding
Yes.
and keeping it down.
No issue.
Good, good,
No
good.
issue ever.
So what's going on? How's your night going?
No, my night is going fantastic.
Okay,
Good.
cool,
Good.
cool. And so have you found anything useful that you could take from this week or
I have found plenty of things that I can take useful this week, and I know that political and well-being may be boring to some, and it
right,
may not be what the so-called beat sector is used to.
right.
Right.
It's needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's needed. We need to get out and we need to rock the boat, as they used to say back in the day. I know I'm showing my age.
No, you saying the right thing because I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
it was a big thing too. Yeah.
We need to rock the boat. We need to make sure that as a human race and as the Black community that we and we're showing what it is that we're needing. Like people think that in these senators and mayor-elects and all of that and representatives that they're not getting anything, but they really are.
Mm-hmm.
They really are, because you're picking the people that you want that is going to speak for you.
Right.
In these votes.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we take it seriously enough.
Right.
And my thing is, we have to know, like when these census forms are coming out, we have to know, fill them out. Don't take anything for granted.
Right.
For IDs and stuff like that coming out, pay for it, get it. It's worth it.
Right.
Because even though, one thing we have to remember is Donald Trump did not win the popular
vote. Exactly.
Exactly. Say it again.
Win the popular vote. And even if we don't feel like we're being heard, we're being heard. And you have to know that you are important in your vote count.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It counts.
Yeah.
It counts.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's not for nothing. It counts.
Yep.
I know I was going to chat and mod tonight, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, what it is that we have, that you guys are doing is important.
Yeah.
Political and wellness is important, because you got to think about it in this way. In the Black community, we don't take mental illness important.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We were always told that it's a stigma.
Mm-hmm.
That's not us. That's not us. We don't have all those issues. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yep, sure do.
We just don't have drug and alcohol issues in the Black community. We have mental health issues as well.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's showing up on the YouTube streets that some of us are on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our responsibility to make sure that we're getting as many people out to get to these polls. They have these super IDs or whatever they're calling them now, with the stamp on them.
Yeah, the real ID. Yeah.
You're gonna pay for a driver license or an ID regardless. Just pay for it, because they will turn for round if you don't have that. And Cap, if you go back on most of my Instagram, you'll see every time there's an election, I have the stamp on my hand where I vote.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
I'm not voting.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is, especially with the Democratic Party, is they don't have all of us militated people's issues first.
Right. Right.
A lot of people don't understand that, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth. It's just, we have to be heard one way or another.
Right. That is true.
I appreciate it. If no one else but the 25, 30 of us in the chat on Tuesdays that appreciate this, I appreciate this.
Thank you. And
Thank
we
you
appreciate doing it.
Likewise.
We
I
definitely
appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you what, and I don't care if, I'm busy on Tuesdays, I'm going to make sure I'm here for you guys.
Thank you
I
so much.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
We really do. We don't take it for granted.
It's nothing to beat. It's nothing to beat. I swear to God, like, it takes less energy to beat, but it takes more energy to go out and do what's right for our community.
Right.
I don't know.
So I'm saying to everybody that this is important. If you don't take anything else from this, take that your vote matters. Take that your voice matters.
Mm.
Your voice matters. And don't let anyone silence you because it may be 20 or 30 of us.
Right.
That 20 or 30 of us can change a whole election.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, you got to think about it. Donald Trump did not win the popular election.
Right.
He didn't win it.
Right.
And if you think he won it, if you thought he won it, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
He didn't. That's why he's trying to cheat again.
Right.
Your voice counts. Your vote matters.
Yes.
Your vote matters. Your wellness on your mental stability matters.
Right.
Yes.
It matters. This all matters. And what's sad is, I know that most of us are looking in B sector or whatever we call it, or what you get what I'm saying, whatever it is, but get out of the B and get into what's going on in the for real world.
Right. Okay.
Get in on.
Thank you so much, Tanari, for calling. We appreciate it. I got another call on the line, so I'm going to take this call. But thank you so much, love, for calling
That's
in.
fine.
All right.
Tanari.
Oh, no problem. I just, you know what? It takes one to start the conversation.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't care if you get 100 calls tonight. I'm here.
Oh,
okay, cool.
And guess what? I'm just saying, Cap, you know.
Yes. I know.
One call starts it, then you know what? It's worth it.
Right.
Yep.
Amen to that.
Yep.
All right, Tanari.
And you guys,
All right,
have such a good night, and I'm going back in the chat now.
All right.
All right, guys.
Hey, Rob.
2019. This is 2019, 2023-19,
Hello?
excuse me. Hi, this is Captivating Christian and Mr. Credential and
Hi,
Politics and Wellness.
Duke calling.
Hey, Patty Duke, how you doing?
Hey, Patty Duke.
I'm doing good. I was just listening to y'all about mental health, and something came to me about mental health in the Black community. Right to be gone in the talk with slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and the other racism. How can we don't think we have some problems? We should have mental health problems that help with that.
Right.
I couldn't hear what she said because it was going in and out.
Saying that through the slavery, Reconstruction, civil rights, so on and so forth, we all should have mental problems or issues due to all that.
Yeah, and we do. That's the problem. We just don't realize it.
Right. Hello, Patty Duke, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. So go ahead. I would just, because it was breaking up a little bit, so everybody didn't hear you, so I just had to repeat it. But no, you're very, very true. There's a lot of things that gone on through, like you said, slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights. All these things have created issues. We have redlining, there's poverty, there's all these things that have, and there's no outlet.
Right. Patty Duke, one thing I will say is that it's important to remember those things, but once we educate ourselves, we then have to emancipate ourselves from the things that have occurred. Because if we stay stuck in what happened to us, there's no growth in staying stuck there. Once we know that, we should use that as power to move forward, to accomplish things, to show people and to create a way for our families to show them that we are more than what they say we are.
Yes, we are more than what we think we are. And we need to, get help with some of these things and admit to it.
Right.
Yeah. Ownership and accountability is the first way that you can go about getting help.
Yeah. There's definitely power in that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because the other persuasion, they will go quick and fast and in a hurry.
They sure will. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied about that. You ain't never lied. And use every excuse in the book that they have going to work. Oh, I have a note. I just came from my therapist. So I mean, we need to utilize it too. It's very refreshing. So Patty Duke, thank you so much for your support. Is there anything that you can take away from this conversation and maybe utilize it towards the rest of your week, or anything you could share with the people in the chat that, other than what you just spoke about, which was definitely profound? Anything else that you could share with us that you could take away with you?
Yeah, well, I took away, having a mental health day, in which I take those about every month. I take a mental health day.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And, to treat yourself, and I'm glad you all brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I do appreciate this show every Tuesday. I make it a must see every Tuesday.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you, Patty Duke.
We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, it was nice talking to y'all and get to talk to you all.
Right. Likewise.
I usually don't do this too much because I talk on the phone all day at work, so talking on the phone afterwards is just not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not something you want to do, but I definitely do appreciate it. And thank you so much for calling.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on through for us.
All right. You have a great night.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hey, Rebel Son, how you doing? Sorry to mention you coming in. Virginia Redbone, I love you too, whoever you But anyway, let me turn this down because this music is definitely loud and in my ear.
Elevator music.
I know. It's worse than elevator music. If you're going to give me some elevator music, give me some Anita Baker, please.
That's a whole nother thing. Get the swaying back and forth on the elevator.
Don't hate. Don't hate on Anita. Anybody else want to call in? The number's there. Other than that, if you had anything else you wanted to share with Mr. Credential, did you have anything you wanted to share? And please make sure you hit those thumbs up.
Yes, please do. No, I don't have actually anything that I want to share at the moment. I'm very satisfied with the progress that we got tonight, and I thank everyone for calling through, not closing out, but just thinking about stuff. We've gotten so much accomplished with topics that I don't have anything new. We can go on, we can go back into it, but I don't have anything new to present right now.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep the lines open for 2 more minutes if nobody comes in. Then we'll just head on out. But it is, this has been an important day. As always, I think it's very vital that we take some time to, one, dig a little deeper into the political realm of things, because things are changing. Know that the political system will never be the same after this presidency, whether he stays in or he goes. Every president after him will use him as a catalyst because he was not held accountable. We have a caller. Hold on 1 second. Caller 0225. This is Captivating Christian and Mr. Credentialed at Politics and Wellness. Welcome.
What up, dog?
Hey, what's up, Rico?
This is your boy.
Hey, what's up, Rico?
Hashtag Rico Report.
Yes, put your beers and trees in the chat.
Right, throw some beer and green emojis in the chat. We are the bartenders, okay?
All right.
I just wanted to call in. This is my first time seeing you have a call in.
This is my first time doing it.
Call and show some love.
Thanks. Yeah, this is my first time doing it.
show some love. I'm just getting off of work, so you may hear the train going back and forth. But
Okay,
this
appreciate
is a great
that.
live. I'm very entertained by the show, and I'm very glad that you are doing politics and wellness, because like we do need that in our lives. I'm pretty not like much into politics,
Right.
but I'm starting to learn and watch closely and listen to a lot of you guys and watch the news a lot more, because we do need to know about the laws that are changing every day that impact our lives daily. So it's great that you are doing this every Tuesday, and I just wanted to call and give y'all a shout out and love.
Thank you so much, Rico. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Very much.
Rico, you are awesome. And I must say that this is why I do it. Not for, the clicks and the views, and so you can look at my face and all that kind of craziness, but just so you could have, even if it's a little bit of interest, to be like, oh, let me look this out. Oh, let me check this out. Oh, let me do this. That's all I do this for. It's like, we hold so much power, and the fact that we throw it away and only use it to buy, to get online to buy Jordans or something new that came out, run to get online and stay in a line all night long to pick up some Beyonce tickets or whatever tickets. And we don't have that same effect for stuff that really affects us.
Right.
Kind of like drives me crazy. So the fact that, hey, you're willing to do this, that's awesome. And anybody else who gets it, I totally applaud you and thank you for even taking the time to listen to what I have to say or what I'm trying to present to the people.
I'm always listening. I always be in the bushes. I may not comment often, but I do be in the bushes and learning just about different things. Because we, as the people, as YouTube content creators, the electronics and all of these things are here for us to use it for a purpose. So instead of getting them jacked and all these other things like these apps, we can use.
I'm not messing with you.
A lot of these, and you know what I'm referring to, the past.
We're not doing. We're not going there. Right. So anyway, thank you so much, brother, for calling. I have another call on the line. So again, thank you so much, Rico. Much respect.
You too.
I know you're probably gonna be on tonight. Oh, well, no, they fell off. Oh, that Rico. Oh, hold on. Hello, 6289. You're on the line. Okay.
What's up? Jackson. What's up?
This is who? Hello?
YB. YB the kid. What's up?
Oh, hey, what's up, YB?
Hey, YB.
I didn't hear you at first.
I just wanted to ask MrCredentialed something.
Okay.
Sure.
Why you don't want to talk about the young man that we need to get released out of prison?
Because, I try not to get too deep into controversial topics. You know what I mean? Like, I try to stay conservative with things and not try to get too overly opinionated, because too much opinion is not a healthy thing. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's my honest answer, though. Really, that's really why. I don't want to have too much bias. You know what I mean? Sometimes personal bias is best enough kept personal.
Yeah, well, that's what makes we debate these things,
Sometimes we do.
Your opinion on that,
Sometimes we do, but nah. I mean, I understand. I appreciate you trying to poke the bear to get the opinion, but I'm a stay conservative.
Yeah. All right, that's all I want to say, and I want to say, that's Christian.
Thank you for
appreciate it, Bobby.
Love, we appreciate it.
I Mr. Nerve. Peace.
All right, man.
You are currently the only person in the conference.
Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for calling in. It's been great. It's been really good. We've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. If you guys want us to stay, how do you feel like staying? Oh,
yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Caller 4157, you're on the air with Mr. Credential and Captivating Christian. What's going? Hello. Okay. Hello.
We got ghosted.
Hello.
Hey, Cap.
Hey, what's
Cap.
going on? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Mr. Credentialed.
It's
Hey.
Rebel.
This is Rebel.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Rebel.
Hey, I was just calling to give mad props to you guys for doing this.
I know this is our first
I think
one.
it's much
Thank
needed.
you.
I feel like a virgin. Right. This is the first call in, but yeah, I mean it is, and I like the fact that not only do you get through the chat, rather get to interact with us a different way, because sometimes you may not want to type it all in and you want to just say it, and this gives an opportunity for you to say how you feel. But definitely appreciate you calling in anytime, Rebel Son.
I think that you guys, the calling is definitely, I take my hat off to you because it's a very thin line when you do call in, because people be geared up to go in, and it's like, okay, hey, because it's definitely it opens up different doors for you when you do that. But people do try to get you to start, like they want to get your opinion on different content creators, or what's your stance on this? And like Mr. Mitchell said, sometimes you have to avoid some of the polarizing issues that are going on. And that's why I said I wouldn't do call-ins, but I think you're really good tonight.
Yeah, and then too, and it's no shade or anything to anybody else, but it's all on how you conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like if you conduct your house a certain way, when people come in your house, they may not know when they first come, but after they first come and they see how you conduct yourself and how you hold things, the next time they come, they know how to conduct themselves. So with that, that's kind of like how this is run. So, you call in, everybody's entitled to their opinion, whether we agree or disagree, because we should be able to do that as adults, but always make sure that it's respectful at all times,
Right.
Well, I've said before also, it's the content creator, even in the chat, in your platform, you set the atmosphere. So if you're setting up the atmosphere to have storms all the time, that's the kind of weather you're going to get.
Right.
As opposed to someone that's like, listen, we're not over here. Don't come to my chat fighting, and this is a place where everyone can come and voice their own opinions, but be respectful. That's the bottom line. I can respect your difference of opinion, and we can just keep it moving.
Right.
Agreed. 100%. We're here to, not necessarily always get along, but to just be cordial at least.
Right, because we're all adults, and I've witnessed, it's just different. Because my thing is now just to sit back, listen to people. Sometimes you just have to take time. It's not all about you. Let others voice their opinion, and you just keep it moving. It's just not, I would prefer having a positive experience with someone more so than a negative experience.
Exactly.
Right.
But again, the host sets that atmosphere, and then the subbies do as well. And if the subbies got along, the host can change that. You got to kind of stay in control, and as long as you're in control, then you won't have those issues.
And that's why I was saying, even with the subbies, when content creators have differences of opinion and you feel that they're going at each other, sometimes the subbies have to take a back seat. Just watch.
Right.
Let them get over whatever they're going through, because sometimes subbies, me and Cap have an issue. Subbies like Cap this week. Next week, they don't like him because we've gotten into it. So it's like, and then then the following week, we're getting back along. And you're coming along saying, well, I still like you. I didn't have an issue with you. But you just said I was, this or that last week. It's like family fighting.
Yeah.
you don't include yourself in family fights because both of them are not like you ultimately.
Right. That's very true. Like I like to say, and I know I heard Miss T Velocity say it, and it's very true. If you coming over here to subscribe to me because you like me or what I do. Don't subscribe because somebody that I may be affiliated with through some avenue ask you to come over, and that's the only reason why you're over here. Because once something happens and we're no longer that close, or anything can happen, you're going to get up and leave because I only came here because so-and-so told me to come here. No. Content creators put a lot of work into what they try to present. So therefore, don't take it lightly and don't treat it lightly that, oh, well, I'm just coming over here. Like, no, really, take the time to really indulge yourself in what the person is giving. And whether if you don't like it, then, you can make that decision. But please don't do that. Don't go jumping.
It's more organic.
Right. Don't go jumping platform to platform just because someone said this, that, and the other. And then because, as everybody said, it makes you look suspect because it makes you not look so great either. Because the fact that you could easily hop from this person to that person every time somebody's in a beef or a tizzy. So, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
And also, the thing is, you have to look, your numbers you're growing at a steady pace.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about having 200, 300, or 1,000 people watching you.
Right.
Because a lot of times, if you're coming there, if you and I are arguing, people are going to come to watch a train wreck.
Oh, people will come.
As opposed to them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you put someone's name in a title,
right, they'll come.
People are walking away.
Right.
With positive. They're learning something positive from you guys talking. All of us are.
Right.
Right.
Like, tell you true, if I really spoke about the people who have spoken negatively about me, who I won't ever name because they don't matter, nor do they hold any substance to anything they think about me, because what they think about me doesn't make me, you can finish the expletive. I just don't, but it is what it is.
It's a schoolyard bullying tactic a lot of times, and you have to. Sometimes when you ignore bullies, that's the ultimate defeat for them because you're not giving them any energy. Just listen, I'm not giving you. I'm just paying you no attention. Just paying you dust. We're not going to engage with each other because a lot of times people are looking for that because that's the drama.
Right.
People, again, they like lies more than the truth.
Right.
So if someone gets here saying captivating did this, or he and MrCredentialed are fighting, or did they had a salacious, they were lovers for 20 years. Like, years old, but they'll take that narrative and run with it because it sounds cute.
Right.
But I think what you're doing is giving people something more positive, something that they can use in their everyday life.
Right.
I really applaud both of you for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you so much. I mean, when I knew I started this, I knew it wasn't going to be the most popular thing, but that was not my goal to be popular from it. It was, okay, put it out there, see what people attach to it, and try to run with it and make it work. To broaden people's horizons to actually getting in and voting and actually doing the work, watching the debates.
Right.
Even if you got to come back to me and say, I didn't understand this, or I took away this. What did you think? People leave that in my comments mostly all the time, and I enjoy it because it lets me know that you're paying attention.
Right.
So.
Right.
And but when people see that, and the thing is, I had to learn myself. There could be 100 people giving me positive, comments. It seems like that one or two negative comments would be like a cancer in my mind. It was just disgusting. So I had to learn to say, there's some people that are just miserable in their everyday lives. And like the older people would say, misery loves company.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have to practice on doing that because, reading the text when we're doing the gentleman's panel, or sometimes it's like,
please don't even tell me about
you
it.
know, you'll just snap at the chat because you're like, I'm doing this and I see you're just lying right now. You're making up something in the chat and I can see you making it up.
Right.
So my initial reaction is to respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm learning now, like I was just saying, sometimes the best, thing is just to ignore them.
Yeah.
Or, just, well, that's your opinion and keep it moving. Is not just being so reactionary.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because a lot of things,
Because
some things aren't really worth it, and that's just the reality of it. Because one, you got to know that your purpose is greater than everybody saying something. Everybody's going to say something. Everybody's going to have something to say, whether it's negative or positive. But know that what you're doing is greater than that. And yeah, we all are different. We all have different styles of doing something. Everybody may not like what I do. Everybody may not like what you do. But still, you have a purpose. And your purpose is to, continue to grow and do what you have to do. And I know sometimes it's hard because he'll tell you, I have my venting moment. I'll say it. But
right now, I'm looking at because you got another call coming in, right?
Yeah, I do.
This last thing was, you like with Mr. Credential, everyone is liking you, they're feeling you now, but there are going to be people just because of you being cool with other content creators, they're just not going to like you because of that.
Of course.
Experience that.
Right.
It's just,
of course.
It's just naysayers, but guys, I'm going to go back in the bushes. I have a sleeping bag right here. So
okay, sir.
Well, Rebel, before you go, I want to say this to you because you mentioned things about negativity being a cancer in your mind.
Just please hold, caller. We'll get to you next.
Yeah, please hold. I'm going to say this quickly and I'm going to let them. So if something is like a cancer in your mind, cancer's job is to come into your body and take you out. So when somebody says something to you, their goal is to have that thing stick in your mind and have you question yourself, doubt yourself, and be insecure so that you change. Do not let anybody's thoughts get to be like a cancer in your mind because they don't have the power to take you out.
They sure don't.
So,
exactly.
Sure don't.
So that's all I want to say, but we're going to let you go to the sleeping bag in the bushes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, caller 9376, you're on with.
Good night.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, captivating Christian. I don't know. I'm your co-host.
Mr. Credentialed.
Yes. Mr. Credentialed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of new to this speech.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm in everybody's chat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really wanted to call in and kind of encourage you because I kind of look forward to when for you to grow. You know what I mean? Because what you're doing is so positive. So even if you only have like 30 people in your chat right now, I can see you growing, and that's how it is, right? When we're doing something positive,
right?
People gravitate to things that are more negative before they gravitate to things that are positive.
Right.
So I just wanted to call in and encourage you and stay encouraged. You know what?
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's just about it. I just wanted to kind of encourage you to stay encouraged, and I kind of look forward to you growing. You know, like I said, right now you may not have as much people in the chat, but if you get 1 or 2 people to go vote, at least you've done your job. You know
yes,
I mean?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah, and that like I said, even if you only get 1 or 2 people to vote, you've done your job. So just stay encouraged.
Yes, definitely. All the time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tanari. I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
All right.
I know it's a lag, kind of a delay in the call, so I try not to.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but this has been a really, really good live, you guys. I was a bit nervous because I've never done this before, so I was like, "Oh, don't mess up," because I've been. My friends will tell you, I've been doing test runs with everybody. Like, call this number. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, hello. So, I'm happy that everything is going well. I will be doing a call in for the recap as well, which is my weekend show.
Okay.
That won't be all the time, but try to get a little more familiar with it.
Yeah.
This way, there may be something during the week that I missed that somebody else could tell me about.
Right.
So,
right.
I will do that as well.
Yep. Give information and take it.
Yeah.
Learn it rather.
Definitely.
Hi, Allie.
Hey, Allie, how you doing? Welcome, everybody that came into the chat. Please hit that thumbs up button, though. Please. It'll be greatly appreciated. Definitely.
Anybody I missed, thank you for coming through. I was not looking. I was too busy listening to the callers, so I'm sorry if I missed you.
Yeah, definitely. We will keep it open for 4 more minutes, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Or however long, if it goes longer.
Look at you. You ready to roll, Dick? Y'all done got energized with these phone calls.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need feedback,
Yeah. It's always good to have feedback, and I do like, and it doesn't, if it's not necessarily positive, but it's a critique in a way. Those are ways to help you grow too. I don't take who I don't like criticism. I know how to separate somebody. You just talk insideness to be like, okay, that's something I can take,
right?
And, take it and grow and expound on it, other than just always feeling some type of way because somebody said something objectively to me. So.
Right. I think that I can speak for us both when I say that we both come from critical families in their thought processes and their acceptance and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a little harder to get to our core because we come from criticism. It's a little harder.
Right. Yeah, that's very true, Rebel. That big YouTubers had 7 or 8 people in their chats. And their channels are now infinite. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, infinite infancy. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, everything starts with the first. You got to crawl before you walk, and all those kind of things. And one day it'll get bigger, and there'll be more people in the chat, and it don't always have to be about mess and going after someone. Because again, there's a few people I could put on a list and be like, well, this one, mush mouth, this one. But I'm not gonna go there.
Nope.
So,
it's not worth
that I've heard it. I've listened to it.
Yeah.
But because you don't know me, I don't really care what you think about what you think about what you think of me.
Exactly.
About me that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that is like, who's I'm sorry.
Right.
You mad about that?
Right.
You know nothing about me.
Opinions are like, you know what? We all have one.
Some of us will have wider ones than others because they see talk.
And how you use it is up to you.
Right. Hey, Princess, how you doing?
Hey, Haitian Princess. Hey, 777. Probably didn't say enough sevens, but hey.
777 2 times. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Von Noel?
Hey, what's up?
So yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah,
definitely very interesting to kind of get this going.
Yeah, the energy has been great and it's very much appreciated. So It is definitely energy to have us coming back, giving you more politics and wellness, even on a better and higher level every week. The more energy we get fed with, the more we can feed you.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. The thing. The thing, we don't know each other on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, we don't. In essence, the person that you are introduced to is, for some of us, is just a mere smidget of the actual person outside or behind
Exactly.
the screen. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of us put ourselves on Front Street, Back Street, Forward Street, all types of street.
On every street.
Right. And then get mad when everybody's blurting out your business because it's out there. You done put it out there.
Right.
But some of us are, not that I'm not holding back. I just don't put out everything. Like, for example, I read something that somebody said, "Oh, he's so uncomfortable about being gay." No, that's not it. I just don't talk about sexual exploits to anybody. I don't even do it with my friends because we don't have that type of, we don't have that type of friendship. Like, I don't sit there, "Girl, what you do?" Like, it's not, it's not something we talk about. Because I run my friendships a certain way, and I run how I maneuver around this world a certain way. So I'm sorry if it doesn't kind of go coincide with how you do, but I respect how you do it. But that's not how I do it. So am I ashamed of it? No, but for one, I have been with women, so I would not necessarily say that. However, I can say if I'm dating one, then I'm only dating that one. At this present time, I am single. So as a single person, I can do what I want to do. But again, it has nothing to do with being ashamed or anything of that nature. It's just how I conduct myself.
Right. And let's be clear that don't perpetuate a rumor or because somebody heard something. Just because you heard it, just because you know it's true, it doesn't give you the space or the right to go ahead and expose that person with the information that you know, like the doxing and all this other stuff. I don't really get into this stuff, but since we're on the subject, let's go. How would you have to keep in mind that Karma knows everyone's address and everyone's zip code. So when it's your turn, don't say, "Oh, why did that happen?" Sometimes the things that you do come back to you in a different form, and it's going to hit you harder than you dished it out. So you have to be careful with how you treat people and how you mind people. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to love them, but you need to respect them enough to treat them better than like there's somebody just off the street. Maybe they are off the street, but you still don't know that. So you should treat them accordingly.
Right. Hey, Gigi Johnson, how you doing?
Hey.
For me, it's all about respect. Like, I don't have to like you. You don't have to like me. But I respect you enough not to disrespect you.
Exactly.
Now, if you cross that line with me and I choose to respond to you, that's my choice. But again, I don't have to.
Exactly.
I can ignore you and pay you dust like the dust you came from, which we all did.
And we shall return back to said dust.
So,
emotional maturity will keep you out of a lot of battles.
It will.
You don't need to fight. And I encourage everyone to work on it. I really do.
Yeah. And I mean, at times it's a struggle because you'll get into situations where things get heated and you lose a sense of yourself because you're so engulfed in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens. It's not, it's not.
Adrenaline is real.
Right. It happens. But the fact of the matter is sometimes the subject matter or the things are far more important that need to be discussed and need to kind of be dug out are far more important than you worried about the way in which somebody said something.
Right.
Because sometimes if you just take your feelings out for a moment and listen, you can get a whole different perspective than you would not
totally
just be caught up in your feelings.
Totally. Feelings do not always have validity to them. They are feelings. Please look up the definition of what a feeling is if you are unfamiliar. I
Right.
encourage you to do so because we misappropriate that term too much and we use it to validate what we're doing and what we're saying because I felt. Feeling something is not a good reason to do something unless it's appropriately categorized into the right perspective.
Right. Very true. Very, 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 very true. All right. Well, we don't have anybody else on the line. I'm going to close
Get that
down.
Charlie Brown off the screen.
Right. I'm closing down this little telephone here. And but thank you so much, guys, for calling in. Thank you for your words.
Yes. It's so great. The support, the energy, it has all been great tonight, guys. So I appreciate it.
It definitely has. And we definitely appreciate all that you guys have said. Again, thank you guys for coming out. If there are any content creators in the chat, I know there's Rebel Sun in here. There is Rico Reports. And please, you guys, Rico is trying to rebuild his channel. We know Rico sometimes is Rico, but he is trying to rebuild his channel and get him to 1,000. So if you can, just go over to and subscribe to his channel, and just always be encouraging to content creators. We don't always have to look down or poke at the things or the shortcomings of others. Sometimes we can just uplift. You never know what other people may be going through to the reason why things are done. So sometimes it's like you just have to encourage, in whatever way you find comfortable in doing that, then do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be about stirring up or poking fun at, because we can all remember a time where someone looked down on us or someone thought less of us.
Mm-hmm.
We should never lose sight, even though we hide behind, well, some of us hide behind screens and little emoji things like that. That and you say all these cruel things about people, but you won't show your face because sometimes you may not look. So just be mindful that everybody was someplace at some point looked down upon us, talked down to. So we want to make sure that we encourage. And so again, if there's any content creators in the chat, please put a 1 in the chat. So anybody in the chat who is looking for any other content creators or things to look at or enjoy, please put a 1 in the chat so everybody can do that. Other than that, I think we are just about wrapping it up.
Wrap it up. But again, I can't tell you how excited I am about the feedback that we got tonight. Sometimes we're human just like everybody else. So sometimes we can get like, we question things and how we're doing it, not because we don't feel like it's the best thing, but sometimes we just always want something fresh. So the fact that we got feedback from you guys, it gives us direction. So direction is something that we all need, and I definitely appreciate it because it keeps us grounded as we go about the things that we do. So thank you so much for the feedback tonight.
And thank you so much for the Cash Apps. For the people that sent the Cash Apps, thank you so much. Blessings unto you for that. You didn't have to do it, but I do thank you. It will go quite a bit of ways. Trying to get some new equipment, the screen stuff and all that, to enhance what you guys see instead of just seeing one of my walls. So, but thank God I have them. Okay. So,
I said literally or figuratively. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
But no, seriously. Thank you so much. I'm quite grateful because that's something that you don't have to do. I do this from time to time, every day, to bring something different. And granted, yes, people may call it the beef sector, but it is really just YouTube to me.
Yes, because I don't recall applying to a sector when I started on YouTube.
No.
I didn't fill out that application.
I don't even know if you can put white sector even in YouTube and it pull up like
right
a group of people.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what you make it. And yes, everybody has. You wouldn't be on here if you didn't have a side to you in which if somebody came at you the wrong way, you'd be able to come back.
Right.
But it's not always about that. Sometimes it's just about what can you bring? What else can you bring? And if you don't know what you can bring, maybe take some time and figure that out. Because hey, the things that you say, people are listening. Whether we want to believe it or not, whether we want to take accountability for it or not, people are listening. And when you tell people, hey, go over there or go do this or go do that, and then something happens and everybody turns around like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell that person. I didn't. Whatever that person did was on their own free will. But understand, if you start pushing someone or doing things or having this atmosphere where in which one is going after the other, somebody may just get up and hey, I'm gonna do this because I follow so and so. I believe in that person, so I live close by. Or I know where that person is. I'm gonna go visit that person. That changes the whole dynamic of what we do. Sometimes you gotta search for something a little deeper.
This is the last thing I'm going to say. Watch people in your day-to-day lives that throw the rock and hide their hand. Watch them, because that will tell you who they are, what they are about, and what they believe in, or maybe even what they think of you. Because me personally, I believe if you're going to do something, own it. If you say something, own it. Don't play with it. Don't post it and then take it down. Don't do any of that stuff. If you throw the rock, show me your hand so that I can get the money to fix my window. That's all I want to say.
Right, that part. That's all. But okay, with that said, everybody, thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
This week, I of course may do something on the debate. I have to, of course, go back and watch that. So if I do something, it may be tomorrow. Don't hold me to it. But if you see me or if it pops up, know that I did it and we can talk about it. And we'll just go with that. As far as regularly scheduled programs, recap on Saturday is usually at 1:30. Saturday is going to be a little late. Yeah, I got stuff to do, so it'll be a little late. But it'll still be on Saturday. I will post the time so you guys know ahead of time, so I won't pop up like, oh. But it will be a little later than the 1:30 regular time. Other than that, Mr. Credentialed, you have anything going?
No, not at the moment. I've been laying low, still trying to get some things and put my energy into getting this group started. So for right now, not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Okay, cool. But please be on the lookout. If you aren't subscribed to Mr. Credentialed, please go over and check him out and subscribe. Show him some love as well.
Thank you.
Trying to do a lot of things and bringing mental health to the forefront, especially for our community. So please go over and check him out. I think it's vitally important, just as much as you guys support me and what I do. What he does is far more important because it deals with us, and deeply uncovering, issues and situations and traumas and all those things and where to go to utilize them and all types of stuff. So I think that it's highly important.
Yes, thank you all very much. And everybody's saying good night. You all have a good night and a good rest of your week. I hope that everything goes smoothly for you. I was looking at what Tenary K said.
Yep. All right, guys. So with that, this is the end of our show. So we'd like to say thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Have a good one, guys.
We're rolling out.